Greetings and salutations, YouTube Wanderer. The Lost One Gamer here, and welcome back to Business Magnate and Voltage Motors. So, last episode we pretty much ended the life cycle of the Ant, which was our first ever produced car. And we started production of our new, new Mini, the Wasp. We kind of changed the warehouse layout because we had that weird setup where we had like a bunch of little small ones kind of thrown around over here. So now we have two very large ones, which I need to see what's going on with our storage right now because I'm trying to make sure that I'm not ordering too much of a certain thing at the moment. Seems like we're still pretty good. Now, I'm already kind of thinking ahead at the moment because I want us to actually try and jump into the truck market, which is going to require a lot more research now. But looking at the sales, let's see. Market segment. So in the Supermini market, there's us and like two other people at the moment, which it seems like right now, I think we're one of the better selling cars on the market. Of course, we would be better if we'd probably actually put a lot more into our advertising, but it doesn't really matter. We are still the cheapest car in the market. So our goal has been to kind of innovate and undercut at the same time, which I guess the Wasp isn't still as good as some of these other cars. It is cheaper. It's technically actually better than the Multiman, which is cheaper than that one too. We're going to get better as time goes on. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So the pickup truck market at the moment, in the game and in real life, there aren't really a lot of electric trucks. I think in real life there's like maybe one or two that are available to the public, and these trucks kind of suck anyway in game, but none of these are electric trucks. So I'm thinking that what we'll do is we'll try and jump into the truck market and make the first ever electric truck in game, and then pretty much everybody else will probably follow us after that. So we're gonna go ahead and start up our research. So let's see, start new research. I think I'm gonna have to do the car type. So we'll start with the car type. Wait. There we go, pickup. Okay, so 800 man hours. I'm gonna need 16 researchers for that. Good lord. Okay. Do we have enough? We do not have enough seats in our office at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and I said I was possibly going to go ahead and just put up one large office building or one big one. I mean, a big one, 30 seats. A large one would be $2 million, and it would be 100 seats. I think we're going to go ahead and bite the bullet on that one. Put up one large office, and I'll get rid of the rest of these. So let's go ahead and let's bulldoze these, get rid of all of these. Bulldoze office one. I'm sorry, but it's a sign of the changing times, okay? We're growing. We don't need all that anymore. I could probably use that space actually for more lots so that we can actually produce. When we start producing the trucks, we can have a lot of them just kind of back ordered for the moment. All right, so now I should be able to recruit my researchers. So we'll do we need anybody else, by the way? We're still good on management, still good on sales, still good on production, so just research at the moment. I need 11 people, so I'll probably get like maybe 15. But then again, the researchers usually don't quit, so we might just do 12. They usually stick around for a while, so we'll just go ahead and speed through that. Production so far, in terms of our resources, has been pretty good. Seems like we've been able to keep up. I haven't really seen us stop too much. Of course, we were starting to get backed up in terms of orders at the moment, so that kind of sucks. But I said what I was probably going to do is I was going to end up canceling it after a while. So once we get up to like maybe, let's see, our first order, we're doing 500 of them. So let's see, we're 50 through on that one, and then we're 49, pretty much 50 through on this one. So that would be a total of what, like 450, like 900 more cars total that we have to produce. So I think we'll wait a little bit before we cancel it, because I mean, we're up to like 50 unfulfilled orders right now, so it's not exactly a dire situation. It's something to keep an eye on. It's going to get worse as time goes on, though, I already know, because the car is only probably going to gain popularity at this point. Let's see, research-wise, we are still doing this. I have 17 research, and they're only 3% through. It's going to take a minute, isn't it? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. So let's see. Let's keep an eye on the sales for the moment. Sales are actually dropping off now. That's not exactly good. I was hoping that sales would increase, but, and again, let's see. Based on the market, Supermini market, Wasp, day 144, we're at 29, so we led the day that day. It seems like we're going to lead the day again. Who's this yellow person? Oh, the Hemivinator is actually doing quite well. Marketing effectivity has jumped up to 47%. If we were to increase ours, we would be in the same vein. I feel like people should like ours more, but then again, theirs is technically the best on the market at the moment in terms of overall what it offers. So I guess I can't blame people for wanting that, but then again, I thought people would want cheap stuff. And again, actually, we did take the day, didn't we? The second day? Day 146. We're at 36 orders today. Looks like we're going to get passed up just barely. So we're right there. We're kind of right where we need to be. All right. So we're not too far off. So what I think I'm going to end up doing, I think we might do a little bit more marketing. Let's check the unfulfilled orders first. Up to 160 now. Actually, maybe we don't need to do any more marketing. I might have to just bite the bullet and accept that we're not exactly going to be the best selling car in the market. We might be the second best. Let's check the mail. I need to ramp up production. Yeah, I see. I see that, but there's not that much that I can do, especially if I'm going to go ahead and put in another production facility for the trucks when we start doing that. So what I think we'll do is, for the moment, let's see, a big production facility. If we went ahead and placed one of those, I might do a very large one. That'd be $300,000 to put one of these in. That's not exactly too much money when you think about it. I think if we go ahead and place that one right there, I was going to say if I actually might take out that road there instead, so I can free up a little bit more space. There we go. And then it's not going to free up that much space, but I guess anything helps. Eventually we're going to run out of space. It's going to suck, but go ahead and throw that one there. And we're going to have to hire a lot more people now for this. It's going to increase all of our costs, and as well, we're probably going to end up at a point where we're going to have to order in some more supplies, especially with a large facility like that. My God, we need 100 more people in the production facility. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go ahead and hire as many as we can. So that's 30 at a time right now. So we have to wait a good minute. Probably have to hire some more managers too. Definitely. We need 12 more managers just for that facility alone, pretty much. All right, so I'm trying to get the production workers first, but then again, you got to have people to manage the production workers. So maybe we'll switch. We'll go from production to management and then back. So at the moment, we really can't use this facility because we don't have enough workers. I guess we could, but probably wouldn't be best. It'd probably lower morale a lot, so I don't want to have to deal with that. So let's see, back to employees. Now we're going to get our managers going. So I think we needed 12. We'll go ahead and hire like 13 or something like that, just in case somebody quits in the time being. So there we go. That's our management. 13 peoples, 10, 15, 20% through, up to 6.2 million. I think we started this episode at like, what, 7 million? But of course, we did put in the new facility and the office. So I mean, we're pretty much back to where we started at this point. So let's see. Production-wise, I'm going to go ahead and get another 30 people. I wish I could hire more. Like, I wish I could just hire 50 people. It won't let me. Kind of sucks, but I need to keep an eye on our finances too. So income this week, we spent, let's see, 627,000 expenses. We're still profitable at the moment. We spent so much last week though. It's not exactly good. It seems like each week is kind of like a tug of war. So one week we'll spend a lot on resources, and then the next week we'll have like pretty much that just left over, so we don't have to spend as much. So I think this week is going to be pretty decent in terms of profit. I want to look to get us like $1 million in profit a week, if possible. Don't know if it is going to be possible. Right now we're almost at that level. It looks like we're at about 800, yeah, about 800 something thousand a week. So, well, every other week it seems like, actually. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening this week too. What did happen? What did we order in that freaking week? Was that the rare metals or something that came in? Probably, because the rare metals I think are the most expensive thing that we get shipped in every day. So brand awareness is very low. 9 employees. God dang it! I just hired people. Ah, boy, I bet they were from the production team too. More than freaking likely, because that's who quits all the freaking time anyway. Management, we got 29. Actually, somebody quit from management too. Alright, we'll go ahead and hire some more production workers. We'll go ahead and hire another 30. I have to do another round of 30 after this so that we can finally get the other production facility up and running. I'm probably going to go ahead and put in... I might as well prepare myself at this point to start getting in some more supplies. So let's see. Right now, we have metals at 3,048. What the frick was that one? Why did I sit at 3,048? Did they just order that in themselves? I'm sorry. What the frick happened with that? I've been ordering in metals at 2,000. Automatically reorder when it's below 3,900. So we'll go ahead and put in another order of metals. So we'll go ahead and put in another 2,000. Order supplies metals, 2,000. Because I know I'm going to need them. So 2,000. And what was it? I said 3,900. When we get below 3,900. What we might do is we might bump it up to 4,000 this time. So do 4,000. Let's see, 11,200 per delivery. We're going to get a delivery pretty much every day. I can deal with that. That's going to be pretty decent. All right, so we'll go ahead and put in another order for electronics as well. Our electronics one was also 2,000. I've been kind of keeping it at 2,000. So that way I can pretty much get in a shipment every day, seemingly, because that's the only other way. So let's see, 2,000. We'll change that one to 4,000 as well. All right, so there you go. Then we will go ahead and lastly, I'm going to need, not lastly actually, I'm going to need my plastics. I'm going to need my metals, my rare metals. Okay, so order supplies, plastics. We'll go ahead and order in 2,000 for that. Change that to 4,000 as well. We'll do the same for the rare metals. Okay, so lastly, rare metals. Let's see, rare metal 2,000. I feel like I probably should have let them just keep control of this, but at the same time, I just kind of want to see if I could actually manage it. Seems like I'm doing okay so far, but when we start truck production, that's when things are probably going to take a freaking turn for the worst. Speaking of that, we're almost done with the research of the truck, so then we can start the next level of pretty much everything, because I want this to be like at least one step above the last car that we put out. So we're going to do engine type. Let's see, the last one we did was the E105. I might jump us up. We got the E110. I think after this comes the E115. So I want to jump us up to the 115 because I need to kind of set the standard for a couple more years to come at this point. Not exactly years, but at least a couple of days before somebody else puts something out on the market. Speaking of that, actually, let's see if anybody has put another truck out. Not an electric one, so we're still good there. Back on the Supermini market, though, we have actually pretty much taken over because everybody else has pretty much stopped theirs. The third competitor has actually either gotten out of the market or just canceled their cars. So we are pretty much the second. Actually, we're the best car on the market right now. Seems like they had stopped production for a little bit and we just completely took over. So this is looking okay. I'm okay with this. Unfilled orders, though, up to like 423 at the moment. And we've got, see, I've got pretty much 400 left there. About 400 left there. We'll keep the orders going. Eventually they'll go away at some point because the people are just going to get upset and cancel them. Not exactly what I want, but it's going to happen. All right, so we'll go ahead and get our next level, our next 30 production workers. So we'll go ahead and do that. Then we can start. I think what I'll do is I might put that production facility to kind of help with the production of the Wasp for the moment. And then we'll kind of move it to the trucks later. So we'll do the E115 because that's what I said I want to do. Performance 3.4, fuel consumption 3.9. I definitely kind of want to at some point focus on range. I mean, I kind of want it to be a pretty well-rounded car though, or truck, shall I say. Metal Buzz introduced new product, the Protomas. That's in the segment with the Wasp. So see, that's what happened. They canceled it to produce a new one, which is kind of what we did at the same time. So let's see if that has impacted our sales a lot. So unfulfilled orders, Supermini market. It does look like they are gaining a little bit of steam. It's priced at $37,000. The marketing effectivity is lower than ours. It's not. I mean, our car is better in pretty much every category. It seems like basic, audio only. Pretty much the other like standard stuff we do pretty much the exact same. So I think I mean, that car isn't exactly the thing that they should have put out at this point. It's not even better than ours. So they could have saved that one, to be completely honest. But you know what? Hey, they want to do that, try and eat away at our sales. I mean, that's probably all it was. Kind of last-ditch effort to stop us from taking over the market. But eventually, all resistance will be futile. So all resistance will be futile. So let's see. I want to see how we're doing in terms of the warehouse now. We're using up all those supplies already. No, we are starting to get some backed up. So 4,000, 4,000. We got metals at 2,000. All right, so once we go ahead and jump this facility on here, I want to see what's going to end up happening. So we're going to go ahead and start on the Wasp. I can do automatic production, so we'll go ahead and start that on 500. All right, we're going to see what this is going to do to our overall supply here. I know it's going to just take it down. Are we ever going to have to stop, though, is the question. Seems like so far we're still doing pretty good. We still haven't had to stop, and just as I said that, we had to stop for like a split second. It seems like it's only going to be at least for a couple hours, though, so it's not too bad. It's not like we have to stop for an entire day. But I'm trying to see exactly what are we running out of. Is it everything? Is it everything? I need to keep an eye on the supplies and see what goes first. Looks like the plastics are what ends up going first right now. Of course, because the plastics are what's being put into the cars. I mean, everything's being put into the cars, but, you know, cars are kind of mostly plastic nowadays. So, let's see. I think what I'll go ahead and do is, since I see that happening now, we will go ahead and put in for another shipment of plastic. So we'll go ahead and put in a shipment for another 2,000. What I'll do, let's see. Where the frick? Oh, I want to change this. 2,000. All right. And I want to go ahead and change this to 5,000. So this will pretty much automatically reorder every day as well. So we'll get in another shipment every day of plastics, and then that should, I guess, solve our problems. We're up to almost $8 million now as well. All right, so research-wise, we did get the engine that I wanted. So now we can jump. We got to the E115. So now I want to jump into transmission sequential. That doesn't really bother us, actually. So drivetrain, rear-wheel drive. We definitely got to have all-wheel drive or something for trucks. So I definitely want to get that researched as well. So let's see. Mail-wise, production is low. I mean, considering our marketing has not been really that great for the Wasp, I think it's been doing pretty well. I mean, I think we are starting to get overtaken by the Finalizing though at this point. But I mean, we're still pretty competitive. Let's see, unfulfilled order wise now, we've started to drop off now with the addition of our new facility. So we can start to take in a little bit more orders now. So this is looking good. I might be able to now start to drop this off a good bit. I don't exactly know how much it's going to drop, but for 48, I guess with the combination of sales falling off, it's probably the reason why that's happening too. So we went from 451, 450, 435, 438. Are we going up? It seems like it went down, but then it went up. 430, 442. These numbers seem like they're constantly changing. I can't freaking keep up. It's like we're kind of steady at the moment, for the most part. Up to 8.7 million now, though, so I'm happy with where we stand financially. Speaking of that, let's see. We made almost $1 million, so we're getting closer to that. Last week, we actually did make $1 million in profit, so this is what I want to see. This is exactly what I want to see. Total, in terms of our account, we have 68,000. I could transfer some money over there at some point, but I'm still focusing on trying to get this company pretty much off the ground. We haven't really, I mean, we've gotten it off the ground, but I need to make sure that it can almost run itself before I start another one. So let's see, research-wise now, we just did, so I want to do all-wheel drive. So let's go ahead and start researching that. 200 man-hours required for that. We have so many researchers that should be done fairly quickly. 17 people on a 4-man job. You would think that'd be done in like 2 seconds, but hey, I guess I can't change how fast it goes at this point. I guess it is still a decent amount of man-hours, so I guess if I had less people, it'd probably take even longer. We're up to $9.2 million. Pretty soon we'll have our first $10 million as a company, which would be great. How are we doing on office space? 53 out of 100. I need to hire anybody else, by the way. Still good on production, research, marketing, management. Everything's good, so we're still good. All right. Let's see. I still want to keep an eye on the market right now. Day 166. It seems like we're still barely kind of holding on to that top spot there. The Protomas came in and took it over for day pretty much 164. But it seems like after that, we kind of took it back. This chart can sometimes be a little bit hard to follow. I can't really tell sometimes because it seems like one day we'll jump up and then the next day we won't. So it looks like today the Finalizing took over the market, and then the Protomas is gaining now due to their marketing effectivity. So that's why we're kind of dropping off. You know what? Just to show them that I'm not to be messed with, we're going to go ahead and actually do a campaign for our product awareness for the Wasp. I'm going to show these guys that, look, I'm here, okay? I am here. You don't get rid of me. I will be here forever. All right, so we'll go ahead and increase. This will increase the awareness by 24%. All right. The only reason I haven't really been focusing too much on marketing, though, is just because I didn't want us to have so many orders in that we couldn't keep up. But at some point, I mean, hey, it is what it is. At least I'd rather see more orders than not having any orders. So up to 13% now. Marketing effectivity 47% for them. How long is this? Is it increasing as we go, or is it? I guess it's increasing as we go. Yeah, it's up to 14 now. So we're starting to pick back up. See, even with like a lower level of effectivity, because our car is so cheap, we don't really need that much to kind of like to be competitive in the market. Speaking of trucks again, though, let's see. They still haven't done an electric yet, so the price, because I can tell, because the prices are still like 20,000. Once they start doing an electric truck, it's gonna be like 40 or 50. We'll probably release ours at about 40,000, maybe 38. I think is the number I might shoot for. So end up seeing how that goes. I want to see how many unfulfilled orders we have now. It is still dropping off steadily, even with the increased marketing. I'm assuming that at some point, though, it might shoot back up again, because our orders did shoot back up the previous day. So I don't know. But research-wise, now we do have our all-wheel drive. So I want to go ahead and jump into the batteries. Let's see. Cell Lion 70. I want to get us up to the next level past that, I think. Maybe the next 2 levels past it. I want this one to be pretty advanced overall. So we'll go ahead and get that 30% done. I'm still seeing the production is doing pretty good. We haven't had to stop even for a couple hours now, so this is looking pretty good. Let's see. In terms of our warehouse, though, still, this warehouse is barely being used at like 10% because we're using most of the stuff that we get shipped in every day. So this is a decent level. Looks like we are actually starting to put some, that's the overall, never mind. I got like one random freaking battery in here. I don't even know why that's in there. I guess it's still left over from when we had the, from the ant. That's probably what that one is. I could probably discard everything that's in here because I don't think I'm going to need it. So if I discard the wasp, do I still have one? No, I don't want to discard the wasp. I want to get rid of the freaking engine that I have for some stupid reason. Yeah, get rid of that. And I'll get rid of the Cell Lion 40. Alright, so that's the Cell Lion 40. Get rid of that. So now there's nothing left in the first warehouse. Why do we take stuff to the second warehouse rather than the first one? I guess maybe this one is the second one. I guess it's closer, so they just put that there for convenience. Alright, I guess I can understand. Up to $12 million now. Finance, the situation has been looking good. We made almost $2 million, well, over $2 million in profit this week. And pretty much about a little over $2 million last week too. So things are looking great now for the company. Alright, so research-wise, I want to go ahead and do the next level of the batteries. So we got the Cell Lion 85, which will increase the range to 3 and increase the material cost 2 from, what was it before, 6,000 to 7,000? I think at that point, then we're going to jump to the interior design. Alright, so 3%, 5%, and get this out of the way. $12 million. I want to go back and look at the market though. Our marketing campaign is almost done too. So let's see, based on the segment now, we're still fighting. We're kind of there. The mini market has been pretty tough, you know. I think if we were to come out with another car, we'd probably do a lot better because our performance and everything is going to be better. So if we can come out with a car that's better than everybody else's and is cheaper, then I think we'd be pretty good. So I think we're going to do a lot better on the pickup truck market because no one's really going to be that competitive with us. So I think that one's going to play out a lot better. So once we get the truck production up and running, we'll probably switch back to the mini market and we'll use kind of the same components. And I think with those same components, we should be about just as good as the other cars on the market, if not better. But I'll definitely have to keep the research going for a good minute. 12.4 million. Let's see, we're almost 50% through with the battery, 60. All right, let me see. I want to check on the warehouse again. Got nothing in the first warehouse again still. Are we running out? Okay, we did run out of plastic, so it seems like the plastics is still kind of the issue, but we're still, let's see, metals. The shipments are coming in right on time, so I don't think I really need to change anything right now. I think that once, oh, we did stop for a brief second there. I think that once we start, like I said, the trucks are going to take up a lot more. So I have to probably order in another 2,000 shipment of pretty much everything at that point. But we don't have to worry about that exactly at the moment. But I'm going to end it here, guys. And I will see you in the next one.